Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel, and what I have here for you today is the CRKT Ruger Hollow Point Plus P. This was an impulse buy. I was walking around Walmart and I picked up two things. One was this t-shirt, which I just gotta pan down here just a little bit. Yeah, that's a unicorn, and that's Deathpool on a unicorn with rainbows. Maximum effort. I couldn't pass it up. I just couldn't pass it up. And the other thing I couldn't pass up was this knife, the subject of this review. So you know what you're getting here with this review. I bought this with my own money. It was an impulse buy at Walmart. No one paid me to do this review. No one sent me. This is another honest review here at the Gear Obsession channel. If at any time you're interested in this knife, I have a link in the description box below. It is an affiliate link, full disclosure, from Amazon, probably the best place you can buy it online. And again, you can walk into the store at Walmart and pick it up also, all around 30 bucks. So you have a lot of companies in this collaboration, and a person, the designer, Ken Onion, designed this for Ruger for a line of knives by CRKT. So you got a lot of collaborations there going on, and usually any knife that is a gun, like the Smith & Wess's or other knives, I would never recommend, or I'd rarely recommend. Let me rephrase that. I'd rarely recommend them. Typically, like especially Smith & Wesson's, the cheaper ones, they are junk. And as a general rule, I'll tell people, if it's a gun company and it's on a knife, don't buy that knife. But there are exceptions, and this is definitely an exception. This was absolutely a surprise, definitely out of the ordinary. First thing is the size. This is a larger one, but it does come in different sizes, so we'll talk about that. But one crazy standout feature is the ball bearing system. CRKT has the IKBS ball bearing pivoting system in several of their knives, and it is fast. Now, I just barely did that because I just wanted to show you, but it can come out, if you sort of preload that pressure right on your finger, it's going to come out just as fast as an automatic. And it has a nice strong frame lock, and it's large. So this thing, the other thing I like about this knife right off the bat is it's not another black knife. It has simulated, because these are inlaid in, by the way, we'll get to the materials here shortly, but it looks like bolsters. So it sort of has an old-fashioned kind of look to it that I love. It has that old-fashioned Ruger logo on it. Nice little touches here. It just looks like a beautiful classic knife, but with modern features. Now, this particular one is pretty large. The blade on this is 3.6 inches, and that might be a little big for some of you. However, I do have some pictures here. This catalog right here came in this box. This is the box mine came in from Walmart, and in here, besides the knife, was this. And where were those knives right here? Here we go. This is the Hollow Point Plus P, which is the largest. Then you have the Hollow Point, which is 3.17 inch blade. And then we have the Hollow Point Compact, which is a 2.75 inch blade. So if you don't want big, they do make two other versions for medium size and small size. And then of course you have a whole bunch of other Ruger knives made by CRKT right there. And you have these on the other side that, let's see, these are just other knives. Yeah, they're also considered the Ruger line right there, crack shot. If you notice, they have all these gun-related names, follow through, accurate, powder keg. So they all have a play on gun words right there. So let's start out by talking about the handle, and I should just sort of zoom in just a little bit so you can get a nice close look. So you have two CR13 stainless steel that makes up the handle, and inlaid in here is glass reinforced fiber polyamide inlays, and you can see they give it a little bit of texture. It's screwed on, and you have the Ruger logo on one side. The other side, you have a clip. Now that clip, you can locate it on for tip up, tip down, right-handed. Left-handed people, they left you out to dry. That's the one major disappointment with this knife. I'm not left-handed, but 15% of the world is, and you just lost 15% unless you're one of the hardcore left people that will just do with what you got. But I apologize for CRKT there, because they definitely had enough space to take care of that if they wanted to. They could have put screws in right there and made the carved it out just like they did on this side. They could have done it on this side or this side, no problem. You can see they give you a big lanyard hole right there, and there's some jimping, semi-functional. It's not aggressive at all. And you have some jimping here on the flipper, and when you flip it, it comes down and it becomes a hand guard. We'll get to that in a moment. You're also given these thumb studs, and they are ambidextrous, and you can easily, and actually in some ways, sometimes even faster than the flipper. Look how fast. And it just flies open because you have that ball bearing system. It's very, very impressive. And you can see you can adjust, torque screws there. And again, you got torque screws holding on the inlays. You can see there's a little hole there where the retention ball or detent ball, I always mix up those names, but there's a little ball bearing down in there. You can see there, and it goes into a hole that's in this blade, and it helps keep that locked in. And it's a good thing, because once that ball lets loose, man, this thing is just super smooth. I did not oil this. This is the way it is right out of the box, and it is fast and smooth. And if you had noticed, that was a frame lock. Let me close this up. One last thing, this is 6 ounces, so it is a little bit on the heavy side. Also, the handle is 4.9 inches when folded up. So then you flip this open, and now you're looking at 8.5 inches. Very large. So large I got to zoom out just a bit. So the blade is a satin finish, brushed right there. And you can see you have a hollow grind. You can see the way the light is sort of reflecting there. And it goes up about 2/3. Sort of a modified clip point or modified drop point. I'm not sure how you want to classify that. I'll leave that up to you, but I noticed that there is a little bit of a false switch up there, so I tend to lean a little bit toward a modified clip point. And it is a plain edge, and the steel is made of 8CR14 MOV, which is comparable to OS 8 or 440B. Really good steel. It's a it's a Chinese stainless steel that again is comparable to that 440B or OS 8. And very good steel for the money. For 30 bucks, it's right on par with what you would expect to get. You have some semi-functional jimping. I mean, if you press your thumb in there really good, it might hold it a little bit. You can see not extremely functional, but that's no problem because you do have some texture going on here to give you a purchase, but you also have very aggressive texturing right there on the handguard. So when you're stabbing, if you're holding this knife properly, your hand is not going to slide onto the razor edge. You can see you have a sharpening choil right here. And then going back to the handle, you have a very slight palm swell right there, but it gets a little bit bigger there at the bolster, so it helps you pull it out, push it in, no problem. Very ergonomic, very comfortable. Sometimes with some knives the clip will create a high spot that will hurt your hand. I'm holding this really tight, doesn't hurt. They did very well. And if you notice, that clip, I failed to point out, isn't very deep carry type of clip, so barely anything would show beyond your pants pocket. I like that. Nice and tight. I like that it's small, so even though this is a large knife, when it's in your pocket, because of that small size clip, it looks like a small knife in your pocket, and that's really what I like. I cannot help but to make a long video when it comes to knives, especially knives I really like. So if it's a knife that if you notice that my video is long and it's a knife review, it's because I probably like it. Blade centering right in the center, dead on, perfect. Lock up exactly where you want it to be. It's about 2/3 behind the frame lock, So lockup is nice and tight. There's no up and down play. There's no side to side play. It's perfect. But again, you have an adjustable torque screw right there for your pivot. If you must adjust, by the way, I didn't show you. I should have pointed it out. Right there, your ball bearing system logo. CRKT. Again, a Canyon design. Gorgeous knife. I don't like that they don't put made in China on here. You know, you got to look on the box to see that. You know, be proud where you made it. If you didn't like where you made it, then don't make it there. There's another criticism. Alright, how sharp is this? Woo! Okay. See that? I just push cut. Very sharp, very sharp. Can we split hairs with this? Let's check it out. Oh, yes. You are a hairy guy's best friend. Let me tell you something. I just keep on going here. I don't like it when the hair gets down to my fingers. Well, that's a hair. So, razor sharp. And now for the controversial part of my reviews. Time to stab some wood. You shouldn't mistreat your knives like this, but I am. See what I just did? Alright, so just making sure this is a strong blade, and make sure we don't have any fundamental heat treatment problem, which we don't. The point stood up very well, so very good. You shouldn't do that with your knife. That's knife abuse. Alright, last thing, I did the regular grip and showed you how good that was. I didn't show you the reverse grip, so let's go ahead and do that. Again, this is the type of handle I like, where you have the curve sort of rounded in this direction, so when you have that reverse grip, your thumb can just sort of rest right over it enough where you can help hold it. And again, there's the hand guard, so very nice. So you could do that Steven Seagal reverse. Those movies are just so funny. I'll let you take one last look here. Nice open design. I can't say open pillow design because it's wide open. Oh, here's one other neat feature. No blade stop, because your thumb studs double as your blade stop. Just comes up against the scales or the handle right there. So you end up with wide open. So if you're someone that has a lot of pocket lint, where you're storing your belly button lint in your pocket, and it gets all caught in your knife, you don't have to worry about it. Just blow it right through. So you have a little bit closed right here where that lanyard is. So that's enough to keep everything nice, stable, tight, and it feels like just rock solid. This is definitely an awesome knife. This is gonna be in my regular carry bin. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I will be carrying this tomorrow. Well, I do highly recommend this knife. Very, very highly recommended. Again, link is in the description box below. Affiliate link, 30 bucks, or just walk into Walmart and buy it. Alright, so thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I really do appreciate every friend, viewer, subscriber, and especially you. And again, maximum effort. Take care. Bye.